Are you wondering about the state of the economy? Are you wondering whether or not it's time to buy or to sell? Well, my name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, and I wanted to share my thoughts about the state of the economy, about interest rates, and where our numbers are going. So I was listening to some of the news the other day, and Jamie Dimon, who's the CEO of Chase, the bank Chase, was saying that he thinks, in his opinion, that interest rates next year are going to be at about 8%. And right now we're at about 7% in average. So his opinion is that the interest rates are going to be higher by next year. Now I know that a lot of buyers are sitting on the sidelines and they're thinking, okay, I'm going to wait and I'm not going to buy because interest rates are going to come down, and therefore it will become more affordable for me to be able to buy something. And I know that there are some sellers that are saying, I'm going to hold on and I'm not going to sell, because if I wait and interest rates come down, then the price of housing will go up, and therefore I will get more money for my property, so I'm not going to sell. That is all fine and dandy if that was the case. Now, if you are also looking into what is happening with the government, so as we all know, on average, we're always spending more than we are earning as the government, and the national debt keeps on going up and up by on a yearly basis, and the government needs to borrow more money and in order to finance the debt that they have. And in order to borrow money, what they do is they issue bonds, and investors buy those bonds and they hold on to those bonds, and that is how the government basically finances its debts, by selling bonds. And what has been happening is that the investors are not interested in buying bonds unless the interest rate stays higher, so that they can get more return on their money when they are purchasing these bonds. So if it's a double-edged sword for the government, if they are bringing the interest rate down, then their bonds are not going to be as attractive for investors to buy. It remains to be seen. And with the amount of inflation that we have, if interest rates come down, then the inflation will keep on going up higher. So no matter how you look at this, the outlook looks like interest rates are going to remain high, or they will go up higher. So if you are the individual, and if you're thinking of buying or selling, well, now might be the best time to act, rather than defer it to the future and try to time the market. And when I'm saying now, do I mean today? In general, what I mean is, whenever you are thinking is the best time for you, that is the best time to actually act, either that when you're buying or when you're selling. This is very interesting because in the years of pandemic, we were in a situation. Normally, you either have a buyer's market or you have a seller's market, and that's the normal situation. In the pandemic years, we had a buyer's market and a seller's market at the same time, because the interest rates were so low that that it made sense for the buyers to buy, because low interest rates had created an environment of affordability for the buyers, so they could buy. And at the same time, it was a great time to sell for the sellers, because the market was on fire and everything was going up and up and up. So it was a great time for sellers to also sell. So it had created a unique situation where it was a buyer's market and a seller's market at the same time, because of lower interest rates. And I think we are in a situation now where it is, again, a buyer's market and a seller's market, even though the interest rates are relatively high. But since it looks like interest rates will go up higher, that's what makes sense with what is going on in the economy. Therefore, it looks like, again, we have a situation where it's a buyer's market and a seller's market at the same time. So that is what I wanted to share with you in terms of the state of the economy, the way that I see it from the point of view of a real estate expert. And therefore, if you are having those thoughts of what do I do, should I go ahead and time the market, that would be my answer for you. Time the market as you want, but keep in mind that that if you are trying to time the market and if you're trying to play interest rate, that is what's going on with interest rates, and take it as it comes and use it to your advantage. And as always, strategy matters, and if you put the strategy into what you are trying to do, you will come out with the best results. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are trying to get a hold of me and talk to me, I always appreciate that, and I would love that. And there is my phone number. There is my website. You can also reach out to me via email. I also like to hang out on Instagram or on Facebook. There's my Facebook account. And as I said before, I sell real estate in San Diego, but I can service you anywhere in the country. So if you have questions about real estate, no matter where it goes, please give me a thumbs up. And I always appreciate your business, your referrals, and you being a community member in my community. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me.